You know what we haven't done in a while? Talk about Dragon Ball Legends, which if you think about it, isn't necessarily a bad thing. That means the game hasn't really done anything stupid. Well, air quotes, hasn't done anything stupid in a while that prompted like rant videos and stuff like that. I kind of want to sit down and just do the state of the game right now, state of Legends, and see where you guys stand as players of the game. Like, any kind of feedback you have, let me know down below. Do you hate the game? Do you love it? Are you having a lot of fun? Well, how's the metas? How is all the QOL changes? Anything you want to talk about in the game, this is an open space for that. And what I want you guys to also do amongst yourself is talk amongst yourself. You know, don't get too crazy. I know it's easy to get into arguments about stuff like this, especially when it comes down to posting opinions online. I want you guys to remember everybody around you is a big family. So treat them as family and talk about how you feel about the game. I think the game has been moving in generally in a good direction. Knock on wood, even though it's not really real wood. That's just it's my desk. I hope that we end up going in that direction and don't go 10 steps back. Because something that Legend loves to do is they'll drop a lot of fire updates and then they'll test something new out. And it's like, all right, 100 steps back we go. So it wasn't intentional. You know, I always give them credit for trying out new things. It's just a lot of times when they tried out new things, it wasn't the right thing for this kind of game. You know, this game right now has done a lot of great things. You know, one of my favorite things right now is if you go into PvP. In case you haven't been playing PvP a lot, they got this thing called Training Battle, which basically is they did what I wanted for the longest. They gutted out casual matches and replaced it with training battles. And what this is it makes everything 14 stars. It makes everything on the same playing field. So if you don't want to sweat and try to go for the higher ranks and just play nonstop, you can just hop into Training Battle and play on an equal playing field. I mean, the thing is, I don't think it has true rankings, so you could run across someone who's literally like rank 1, which is understandable because, again, this is supposed to be more on the casual side. And I'm sure they can improve that over the course of time where it does kind of match you against better players and stuff like that. But this is the right step. This is great. This is essentially, what was it, the Battle Royale mode, is that what I'm thinking of? Where everything is 14 stars and just completely unlocked. The only difference here is you don't have equipment maxed out, so you still got to do it yourself. By the way, speaking of equipment, this is something I'm going to rant about. I hate the equipment system in this game. It's so god-awful. You know, I love and hated the fact that they made it so you can re-roll equipment a couple months ago, but it's so bad. It's so short. Basically, you get one re-roll a day, essentially, because every time you re-roll it, it becomes more expensive. And I know that they released erasers, but these erasers, which you can see in the top corner, literally last like a second. I'll never forget, I posted on Twitter the other day, I had like 40 erasers that I stocked up on over the course of like 3 weeks. All gone! All gone on one equipment that didn't re-roll into yellow once. Once! I ended up settling for the first time I saw it go S is what I kept it at. It took 50 rolls for that. So Dragon Ball Legends team, if you haven't watched this video, please, for the love of God, do something about the re-rolls on equipment, because it's just, this makes me not even want to hunt for equipment. Like, I have my set equipment that I can use for every character, every meta, and I'm never probably going to try to look for new ones just because it's so obnoxious. You know, it's just, RNG. But then again, it's a gacha game. What do you expect? So this is the one thing I would change one of the main things I would change right now. Let me know your thoughts about equipment. You know, people always ask me, Rhyme, how do you get Z level or Z rankings equipment? And the answer to that is, you got to be really, really lucky. This is all I've ever got in 2 years at Z. I personally don't care about Z rank. I keep everything mostly as S. Once everything is S, I think it's good enough. The difference between Z and S usually is like 1 or 2% more defense and damage. I feel like it's not worth the stress trying to go for Z unless you just want to flex on your opponent. But yeah, Legends team, the next thing I want to really work for is this. But everything else, I feel like it's been great. You know, speaking of which, now you're going to notice I have a lot of notifications over here. If we go over here, ready for this, ready for this? Look at it, look. Can't accept it because I have to buy it. This, I don't think is bad. And I know what you're thinking. Rhyme, why is that not bad? It's pay to win. Yes and no. I mean, it uses in-game crystals. It's kind of like Pilaf's Trove, but it uses dragon stones, or in this case, crystals. I don't think this is bad solely because they added so many boost events in the game right now. If someone wants to get an extra set of regular souls and Zenkai souls for 500 crystals, by all means, you know, I'm not going to judge you for it. But I think it's unnecessary because if you go into, not that screen, if you go into the event tab on the weekend, they have this thing called boosted, what is it, boosted, it's called upgrade, boosted battle event, these things right here. What these do here is they give you the different color souls that you need, and on the weekends you get a lot because they're boosted. There's no reason to ever have to use these unless you just want to, unless let's say you have a lot of crystals, maybe you're a whale, I don't know. Look, I'm a whale and I'm never going to use these because there's no point. I just know what the second it becomes Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I can go into the event tab, go into upgrade, and literally just like flood myself with souls. And if I need Zenkai souls, you can actually get them from Rush Metal. So there's literally no reason to ever have to use this. The only thing that is annoying about this right now is the fact that they, I think there's a bug where even if you don't buy it, you still got the notification that's saying, hey, accept your reward. So I hope that they fix that. You know, they first introduced this actually last week when they released Goten and Trunks, where if you pull one single copy of Goten or Trunks, you can spend 1,200 CCs, not money, but CCs. Well, I guess you technically can buy the CCs as well, but you can basically grind for it. You can spend 1,200 CCs to get basically, essentially 3 stars on Goten or Trunks and potentially future units, depending on how, you know, they do in the future. I'm a fan of that. I think it's great. You know, I've played the game long enough to know that sometimes you can hop in and spend 10, 12, 20,000 crystals and get nothing. Or you can finally get lucky, get that one, and then get guaranteed stars on it. I think that's great, and I hope that they keep that. Just fix the notifications, please. The second I pull one, I think I pulled one Trunks, and my Trunks should be, okay, Trunks. My Trunks is at, he's at 6 stars. I pulled him one time, and he's at 6 stars after that. Is that 6? Yeah, it's 6. I pulled him one time, and I got him to 6 stars off that new system. I'm a fan of that. So what, I spent a total of, well, I think I spent a total of like 15,000 crystals in general on the banner, and I pulled a bunch of Gotens, and I pulled, you know, one Trunks. Actually, I got the Trunks off screen later. But I think like being able to just like get those stars off of just like guaranteed crystals is great. That's a good system. In my opinion, it's a great system. I saw some people complain about saying it's pay to win, but it's like, hey, would you rather just spend 20,000 CCs and not get it at all? Or would you rather get one, and then if you want to get those extra stars, you can? The thing is that the options is you can. They give you freedom to choose. It's not like one of those things where you're required to spend extra money on top of being able to earn it. Because, like, you know, something I've seen other gacha games do is instead of making you, allow you to basically earn the in-game currency, some games just require you straight up to pay. It's like, yo, you want this, you got to pay for it. At least in this game, if you want to spend, you know, a week or so grinding for crystals, you can get guaranteed power-ups. Sure, whatever. But yeah, overall, I think the game has been doing great in regards to where it's going, you know. They revamped a lot of stuff. I love the fact that they're doing the development letter, like, was it like once a month? It kind of gives us a glimpse of what's happening. The load screen right now, I know it's not a big deal to a lot of you guys, but like when you turn the game on, the load screens before this update was ridiculously slow. Sometimes like I've gotten used to just clicking it and just doing something else and forgetting that I even clicked on the game just because it took forever. Now it's like, I'm gonna actually back out real fast. I'm gonna click on the game. You can literally see how fast it loads up. I think this is dope. Watch. By the time I even finish this sentence, the game is going to be loaded up, and I'm a big fan of that, but now I'm stuck because I'm showing this off. But like, this is dope. This is dope to me. Go ahead, get out of here. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, bam. I'm already loaded in. I'm already loaded in. That's great. Now, based on what they said in the video and stuff, this was needed so they can fix a lot of other things in the game, and that was like the first block. And the fact that they've gotten past that now makes me wonder what else they're gonna work for. I don't know. I think the game is moving in the right direction, but the one thing that I want to complain on top of the equipment thing is this right here. This right here. I'm still not a big fan of how important Zenkais are becoming in the game. I like the fact that they can take old units and make them usable in today's meta, but they've gotten to the point where they're almost, I don't want to say they're required, but you kind of have to do it to keep up. You know, I mean, this is one thing I'll give them credit for. Zenkai is a lot easier than what it used to be. Originally, when they released it, it required like 20,000 crystals and literally like weeks of grinding just to get, you know, the souls. I remember when I Zenkai'd Beerus, it took me, I want to say it took me like 19,000 crystals, and then I had to grind for the green souls for like 4 weeks. It was ridiculous. Their viewpoint behind it was, well, he becomes so powerful, and at the time, Beerus was low-key super broken when they actually did it. But it made me not want to do it. It was so annoying and ridiculous. I was like, I don't think anybody wants to actually spend time doing this every couple of weeks. Now, here's the kicker. It turned to the point where Zenkai was like a weekly thing almost. You know, I think we all expected to see a Zenkai come out this past week because the week before that was a new banner. And based on the trend they've been doing the last couple of weeks, they've been doing banner, Zenkai, banner, Zenkai, banner, Zenkai. I don't like that frequency. In my opinion, and this is just my opinion, if you want to agree or disagree, let me know your thoughts down below. I think Zenkai should be a thing that happens once a month. Once a month. And the reason why is because it's just annoying, you know? On top of that, I feel like when something Zenkai, the meta shifts so fast. This Gohan is, this is going to sound kind of crazy, this Gohan is damn near better than Vegito Blue. And he's red. Think about that. He is annoyingly good. You know, in the past, I've always been kind of like on the fence in the middle when it comes down to Zenkais. I only Zenkai 4 units ever. Well, not counting the free ones. I like the fact that they do free ones. Maybe what they can do is once a month they release a paid Zenkai, something like, you know, whatever unit came out from a couple months ago, and then a free one. Granted, technically this Gohan is free as well. I guess their rationale behind making LFs free is because you require them to be 7 stars, and a lot of people don't even have them at like 1 star. That's why they make them free. But what I think they should do is once a month they should do a free Zenkai, and once a month they can do like a paid Zenkai. I think that'd be more balanced, because at that point you only got to worry about 2. Because I think in the last month alone we've got like what, 4 Zenkais, 5 Zenkais, and that's just, it's too much to keep up with. The only reason why I really Zenkai'd Gohan is because I was just honestly curious to see how ridiculous he becomes. On paper, he sounded crazy when I first read it, but I really want to see how ridiculous he becomes, especially when he faces someone like Vegito Blue, and it's crazy. Now, again, the thing that they're going for with Zenkai is it's kind of like a guaranteed thing. You know, you can save up your crystals. You can get like 10,000 crystals in a month or something like that, and save it for the next banner and pull nothing. Or you can take like 6,000 crystals and basically guarantee breaking one of your old units. That's kind of like what they're going for with it, I guess. It's guaranteed and powerful, and it still keeps up with the metas. And I see it, but it's just like, I don't know. I personally just prefer being able to just pull new units and just, you know, have the fun change that way. Because I could only use something so many times before I'm like, all right, I'm bored of it. Granted, I'm kind of biased when it comes down to it, because depending on what they Zenkai, you know, my opinion might completely change. You know, when they did the blue cooler, I immediately Zenkai'd that just because I love running LOE. It's one of my favorite metas in the game. And I love cooler for what we at the time. I still feel like it didn't really need it because he was still so good. But hey, if that was going to make my LOE that much better, why not? I did it. So, I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on Zenkai now that it's been made easier. They made souls obviously a lot easier to obtain through things like the rush events. They made it a lot cheaper. It's still, I still consider it pretty pay to win to Zenkai stuff, but it's a lot more usable for the average player base if you choose to save for Zenkai as opposed to waiting for new banners. So that's a challenge. It's like as a player of the game, if you're free to play, you have to decide, do I want to spend all my crystals, potentially pull nothing on a new banner that might not even be that great, or do I want a guaranteed new unit or old unit that becomes incredibly overpowered and broken in today's standard? What do I want to do? It's like you have to kind of decide. If you're a whale, it doesn't really matter. You can do both. But even then, like, I'm a whale and I still don't Zenkai everything. Like I said, the only thing I've ever Zenkai'd were Beerus and Cooler, because Beerus needed it. He's unplayable without it, and Cooler was one of my favorite cards in the game. And then from the update, I've done Gohan and I've done Angel 16 just because I want to see like how different it is as opposed to the previous system. Because I think 16 was the first cheaper Zenkai, if I remember correctly. And I don't remember what else they released, but I've done nothing else. Technically I've done the Legends Road Goku and then the Trunks as well, just because they were free and they were part of the game. I like those. I like the fact that they kind of make us work for those and make it more of like a grindable thing over time. But I'm probably never gonna do it in one day because that's too much. But yeah. Overall though, I don't want to keep this video too long. I mostly just want to see where you guys stand with it and your overall thoughts about it. So in the comment section below, let me know what you guys think about the game and the state of how everything is and which direction it's going and what you personally want to see improve upon the game, stuff like that. Let me know everything, because you know what? As always, I'm going to send this video to the team. I'm going to email them. I'm like, look, just read the comments. You can see for yourself what people want and just let them out. Just make sure you're actually critical. Don't just say, this game sucks. Say, this game sucks because I hate Zenkai. Like, give them actual critique, because if you say something is bad and don't explain why, they don't know what to do. They're like, all right, what do you want me to do? You tell them. So yeah. All right, I'm going to end it right here. I'm glad that this Dragon Ball Legends talk in today's video is a lot more better than the last one, because the last one had me thinking like, where's this game going? Is this game going to last next month? And obviously we're here. I don't think this game is going anytime soon. You know, people always meme that I don't think it's going to make it by year 3. And I mean, you never know. Based on what happens, you know, you can always have regulations changes and stuff like that, and maybe we might all just get bored of it because Zenkai just overtakes the game. But for right now, I feel like they're going the right direction, and as long as they keep making the right moves, especially if they like tap into the player base, you know, they get feedback from you guys and even the content creators, I feel like they can make this game amazing over the course of time. And like I said, I'm having fun for the first time in a while. You know, I hated the Vegito Blue meta, but now going back into it, you see a lot of variety. You see hybrids are back. You see Team Vegeta. Majin Vegeta is one of my favorite cards that they released this year. Like, they've done a lot of cool things, and something I gotta give them credit for. So yeah. Anyway, so let me know your thoughts down below. As always, thank you guys for watching. My name is Rhymestyle, and I'll see you guys in the comment section below. Peace.